The opening race of the Moto3 World Championship is about to get underway here at the magnificent Chang International Circuit. Stand by for action. Let's take a look at how they line up on the grid then as well here for the first race of the year. Matteo Bertoletti on pole position for Stefano Neppa and Rudy on the front row. Then it's Ogden, Luganetta and Carpe are starting in 6th. Armanze Kelso for Asato starts on the 3rd row. Munoz, Fernandez and Rossi. Foggia, Yamanaka and Piqueras. Caro, Barassi, Eddie O'Shea goes 18th. Rushi Moodley in 19th from Adrian Cruze. Vitali Pereiro, Burkhan starts 22nd. Esteban 23rd. Grado PD ahead of Rossitella and Urati starts in the last position. Welcome to the opening race. And let's check in already with TNT.
It's because of these conditions. Top left of your screen, Neil. He said after 10 laps, it is hellish out there.
Oh, it is. I mean, they are so unlucky today, all the riders. This is the hottest day, actually by far. It feels much more humid. It feels like it was when we were here 4 months ago. So it is going to be difficult, and you're so right. You get to about lap 10. Once you get past that, your hands are burning, your feet are burning, and if you're not well hydrated, you could be in trouble. I'm predicting at some points today, riders will pull in. There will be riders that will not, that will have just got it slightly wrong.
And if it isn't that, it might be fatigue. It might be something like that where mistakes are made, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It is, honestly, it is brutal out there.
I remember you telling me once, maybe a lesson for the younger riders, that you never wanted to, when these kind of races, whether it be a long wet race or really hot race, and you didn't want the lap counter on your pit board. Yeah,
which might sound really strange. Every lap, normally, you come out the last corner, you look at your pit board, and you are counting down the laps. The problem is, for example, this is a 19-lap race. What you don't want after 5 laps when you're exhausted to come out the last corner and think, oh, I've still 14 laps to go. I used to like it with about 7 laps to go. So occasionally I'd glance and then I'd just keep my head down, focus on the race, look at the gap behind. And then once you got to about 7 to go, you thought, I can manage that, I can cope with it.
Only 3 previous winners gets me excited, because it means we're going to have new names at the front. This is the next generation. These are the stars of the future.
Absolutely. I love Bertelli on pole. I was trying to work out where he finished in the championship. He finished 16th in the championship last year. And guess where he finished here 4 months ago? 21st. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a surprise. We're going to have
A surprise coming. Let's see what it's going to be here for Moto3 and the start of a whole new season. Pressure is on, the race is on. Ready for the opening of Moto3. The 2025 season has 5 lights, and it's lights out for Moto3. It's a good start from Ruda, who gets a great launch on that KTM Ijo and will take the lead into turn 1. The 99 is number 1 into the first corner. Marto Bertoletti in 2nd. He's going to have to drag him down. Stefano Neppa coming through. Yamanaka's dropped down to 13th place already as they come down into the braking zone for turn number 3. It's hard down already. Get off the grass. Some of them clipping it already into the braking zone. It's Matteo Bertoletti leading. As coming up the inside as well comes Alvaro Carpe in the number 83, still having the inside line as they race out now. Out of 3, down to the kink at turn 4. Bertoletti with Ruda, Carpe and Neppa right there. Munoz ahead of Luca Lanetta. So it's a good start so far as we come in towards turn 3 and 4. Hold that inside line with 19 laps to go of this race. And just close it together. What an awesome start. What a truly awesome start. They had it perfect. No issues whatsoever. Everybody taking it with just precision. Ruda leads this race. It's about to further back as well, unfortunately, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. It's a good start so far. They need it to be a good start. They can't afford to have a situation out there where one accident causes another. Just hold it on. Moto3, as you all know, is the crunch point. This circuit's always great. Sean already asking what a start for MotoGP yesterday. All 5 manufacturers scored points in the sprint. what we're going to have in Moto3 is Carpe lunges up the inside of Bertoletti in the last corner. He can't get through there. One down, 18 to go. We've got a yellow flag already out there on the circuit. Don't know where. It's just gone yellow on our timing monitors at the side. No one's gone down as far as... Oh, Eddie O'Shea in the last corner has gone down. And 8 and 14 have also crashed as well. So that's Conrack Buchan as well, who's gone down. Buchan's rejoined the race, and Eddie O'Shea is up and walking away, but he's been taken out of this race. Yellow flag is out then at the last corner for Eddie O'Shea. Let's take a look at the replay. So on the inside line, Eddie's going... Oh, hello, he just got taken out massively on the inside. Okay.
He's minding his own business.
He's actually staying out of the way because
of this. He's probably saw the lunge up the inside, get absolutely wiped out. All that work,
Buchanan.
all that effort, all that preparation.
Straight through off.
Your race is done. What a shame.
Come back to nice kid.
That's okay, keeping through as the FIM stewards have said that the incident is currently under investigation. Carpe's dropped down into 6th place now as well, trying to find a lunge through. Bertoletti leads the race at the front though, as we were predicting. Just having a little bit of a lunge somewhere on the circuit. As we take a look on our monitors with all of the runs, 26 riders in Moto3. We'll be getting in later on as well to Moto2, seeing what all the fuss will be about. Sector times and times are coming through massively right now. They're all just trying to hold it on together, not making sure there won't be any accidents out there on the circuit. But so far, so good. Fast lap with Bertoletti coming through. Ruder's in there too. Let's go over to TNT.
Last year, plenty of signs last year, but his pre-season has been really solid.
No further action. I mean, it's a racing incident. You know, someone's crashed trying to make a movie. One of those things. That's what happens. Just under 17 laps to go in this opening Moto3 race of the season, and that number 64 is there again. David Munoz, here he comes up into second. For many people, one of the favourites for this year. He is the highest placed rider remaining in the championship from last year. He finished in 5th at the top 4, all going up into Moto2, of course.
Yeah, he made a mistake, didn't he, Munoz last year? He became more consistent. He was still too aggressive on the odd occasion. Didn't crash as much, but still not won a race. So we feel like this is obviously going to be his best opportunity.
Here comes Carpe fighting back after Scott Ogden had just got through on him, but Ogden bravely hangs it over the top of the Rookies champion. They both lose positions in that, but that was Ogden fighting to stay in front. I have to say, often we've criticised Scott Ogden for not being aggressive enough in these early laps, and he looks like the KTM this year's giving him that opportunity.
And I think that's literally what it is. He didn't get a great start, to be honest, dropped back, and then he's in the process of working his way forward. So currently in 10th place.
One of the fastest riders, the fastest lap so far, actually, Dennis Fodger. To keep an eye on Fodger, he's in the Aspar colours, of course, taking the bike vacated by the outgoing champ David Alonso, who won 14 races in Moto3 last year. As Yamanaka comes again.
It's been slightly disappointing as Fodger in pre-season testing. I mean, obviously got a lot of experience in this class, but I think it is quite difficult when you jump back from Moto2. It just takes a little bit of getting your head around the sheer core.
Oh, TNT's had a problem.
Moto3 bike.
And he's a racer. He's a racer. He's won 10 Grand Prix in the past. And do you know what? What we see in Moto3, you can't run the pace that you ran in qualifying usually. David Alonso didn't manage to break away that many times last year. He'd often save it till later in the race.
Yeah.
So if you can stick in there, as Fodger appears to be doing as he gets through, just seeing about 7th with the yellow 71 on the front of his bike, on the front of his helmet, then there's every chance Fodger will be in the mix.
Yeah, well, in his last Moto3 championship, he finished 2nd in the world too. All right, it was pretty good. He ended up in MotoGP. What's he called? I've forgotten it. That teen sensation, Pedro Acosta. So, yeah, look, Fodger knows how to race.
At the front, still Jose Antonio Rueda. David Munoz is in behind, and then Yamanaka and Bertelli have just swapped positions again. Lunetta in 5th. John Kelso is in there in the mix in 6th place, and it's Fodger, Fernandez, Nepa, and Angel Piqueras coming forward. Many people's favourite for the championship after a stellar year, but he has made the switch from the Honda to the KTM, and it hasn't looked like plain sailing so far. But
it's been anything but plain sailing so far, though, Gavin, as well. You know as we've adjusted our timing monitor up here in the booth as well to make sure it's A-OK. So, into the braking zone. Ruda leading this race from Munoz, Bertoletti, Yamanaka, Lunetta, as they explain. Over the line and far away. 141.210 for Bertoletti. So not bad there as they exit through. Side by side, off the circuit. Foggia and Piqueras doing battle. And it's Foggia who comes out ahead of Piqueras, and now Kelso's trying to have a little run through as well. On the run in towards turn number 3, Bertoletti still under attack. He's trying to go on the inside this time as well, as Munoz and Ruda have a slight battle together down at the 3rd hairpin. Back on the straight towards turn 4. The slow kick forward. They're doing well. They have the advantage, they have the speed. You just sort of have to keep your fingers crossed and hope it goes okay. Off the circuit goes Luca Lunetta. That's going to lose him a couple of places. Scott Ogden and Caro battling together as well. As Nepa loses out again to Fotosato. Caro, I think, went through there as well. Yeah, Piqueras is down into 10th position. Caro down to 17th, losing out place as well. Moodley and Cruces as well. Moodley down there in 21st position. Adrian Cruces in 22nd position. He's my tip pick for the Moto3 race. Ruda's made a great start so far, but keep an eye, I believe, on Adrian Fernandez and Dennis Foggia. You can never count them out in a the Moto3 race. Lap 5 of 19 as they fly in to the last corner. Slowly pull that throttle back over the line, and it's Bertoletti already is coming through on the inside of Munoz, takes the 2nd position. Here comes Yamanaka on that inside line, 3 winds of turn 1, and Yamanaka takes 2nd position. But coming back up the inside is David Munoz. Haven't we missed this, haven't we, for Moto3? This level of drama, confusion, as they turn into turn 3. That's a late lunge on the inside for Bertoletti. He's going to get ahead of Munoz nicely. Late lunge, making it stick. Perfect little getaway there as they accelerate up towards turn 4 once again. Ruda leads Bertoletti. Munoz. One thing we are expecting and one thing we're getting is the usual Moto3 train, in terms of they're all pack racing together, waiting to see the advantage. Lap 6 of 19, 14 laps to go here in the Moto3 Thai Grand Prix. On board with Fotosato. Looking back again, more changes coming up. It's change upon change upon change. They really are not waiting for anything out there, but more or less drama. Still holding it together out there. I'll turn my phone off for a second. It was buzzing. Over the line, 13 to go. Fotosato is a 141.118. It's taken that fastest lap. This is a fascinating little battle between everything. I wouldn't expect to have the drama that we've seen already. So, yeah, no, it's been a quiet race so far. What's this? Fotosato with the fastest lap, 141.118, flashing up on our monitor with 13 laps to go. Side by side at the top front though, as Bertoletti passes Yamanaka. Munoz down to third, got a yellow flag, someone's crashed in the back. Is that, oh it can't, is it Barassi? Oh hello, it is. Yeah, it's Barassi, Takahon Barassi has crashed out. Yamanaka and Bertoletti dropped down to 5th and 6th position as well. And Perrone. So it is an accident for Takahon Barassi and Valente Perrone in 24th position. They have crashed out of this race. Both at turn 3, the 5 and the 73 are out. And the yellow flag with it as well. is out on the circuit. Piquet passing Foggia. Ruda has control of this race. Kelso's dropped down into 7th place. Looking at Yamanaka for Sato, 5th and 6th. They're starting to close up again. I said don't count them out yet in this race. Into the last corner. Turn 12. Flick the bike in. Push the throttle back down as well at the exit. And speed up to see what we can see here as well. A really strong opening start here for MotoGP. Landez in 7th. Well, this is Moto3 as well, isn't it? MotoGP coming up later on. See what kind of drama and action this championship could bring us. And whether or not it's going to be a very fun race or a very bad race. Up the inside, 3 wide, the 18 about to go through, and Munoz on the inside line, and coming absolutely out of nowhere to take the lead, Luca Lanetta, and Fudasato's crashed. Fudasato's gone down, but Luca Lanetta takes the lead of the race, and now waves through Jose Antonio Ruda as Fudasato tries to get his bike restarted. He went down at turn 3 hairpin. Wow. Ruda leads. Oh, big there from Munoz and Lanetta with Bertoletti nearly high-sided. That was a close one down to the braking zone. Yamanaka takes 2nd position. This on board with Fudasato. Trail breaks in, doesn't stop. Yeah, and yeah, the front drops away from him mid-corner. So easy to do. Tries to get the clutch back in. Has he restarted? No, he has not. So there he is, actually. As another yellow flag comes out. Is that Cormac Buchanan as well is out of the race. Fudasato drops now at the finish line across the 3 sectors as to where he was. That's now gone. Yellow flag still out then. Ruda leads with 11 laps to go here. We're 9 and 19. Ruda, Yamanaka, Bertoletti, Lanetta, Munoz, top 5. It's still too early to go yet. Everybody down to Scott Ogden, so that's 12 riders, has a shot at winning this race. Quite impressive, actually. It's going to TT.
Slow exit, and you'll just get gobbled up down this long straight. What's Munoz now?
Yeah, he's alongside there.
I knew that was going to happen.
I mean,
I knew that was
straight
going to happen.
on.
See it happening.
You can't do
in
that.
the gravel
He's
for
going to get a
Lanetta.
penalty.
Disgusting. You can't do that. That's retaliation. Look, rubbish racing, that's all good. No problem, we like that. But he made a beeline for him in the braking zone, collected him, ended his race. I mean,
Stupid
for me,
there.
and I'll tell you what, we've got some good news. We've got a new head steward this year in Simon Crafer, and he will not appreciate that sort of riding.
Well, let's see what he does. That's got to be under investigation. You cannot do that. We saw it coming. He was telegraphed a mile off. You could see he made a beeline for it.
We saw it coming. Well, I pointed out before he did it. Watch Munoz. Here he goes, and he just rode into the side of him. You can't do that. For me now, that should be a ride-through penalty, which essentially is, well, that's, you're not going to score points.
Yeah, I mean, there's that or a long lap available. There's a black flag. There's all things that they've got at their disposal, the stewards. And so we'll see if anything is made of it. Let's greet
Simon's good at this, by the way.
In. Not quite sure what's happened with Pini. I didn't see. Did you see
big crash in practice, didn't he? Fell awkwardly.
It was a nasty one.
So, and I noticed he was well down as well. So, yeah, obviously, just the high side of that at this corner, unfortunately, Pina did. Someone went wide there, down into the last corner. It's a great last corner, but it's so easy to make a mistake.
David Munoz got through up into second. We're not being informed about any investigations or anything like that.
It will be happening.
Has to be.
Antonio Rueda leading with David Munoz in second. He's a fast rider, he's Munoz, but we have said that so many times. There we are, it is under investigation for his move on the previous lap, and we'll just have to wait and see what they make of it.
Yeah, you can't ride through a rival. You can't do that. It's bizarre.
He's wild, isn't he? He is wild.
He's wild. It's strange because we're talking about David Munoz, obviously. He's really talented. He was much more consistent last year, but occasionally it's red mist. If someone pulls a move on him, let's watch it.
Look at
gets in the braking zone,
just goes straight through,
turns across into him, and just gives him a nudge.
Yamanaka's off. He's down to 10th. Yamanaka, I believe, has crashed. Surely not. Yes! Yamanaka has crashed out of the race. Well, there we go. Rusi Yamanaka down and out of the race, number 6. So that's him out of it. Let's have a look. This is down at turn 4 and 5. It's down to 5 and 6. Oh, it's a big one there. He's luckily off the bike before the bike high sides up in the air. Oh, that's a big one. That was very well held, to be fair. That could have been a huge, huge accident. Caro's been given a track limits warning as the yellow flag comes out. We'll hold it on together then. 10 to go in Moto, 9 to go in Moto3. Caro then with a lap warning penalty. Yellow flags out with our new timing graphic package. At least we get to know when we are in danger here. At least it works in some regard as well into keeping an eye on things. Yamanaka was in 14th place. That has now shifted as the action continues. Track temperature is at 38. Track temperature is actually 57 degrees Celsius. Air temperature 38 as well. It's hot and humid out there. We've gone through now to lap 11, and this is where they say it gets bad for the riders. Are we about to see it here in Moto3 become a little bit impossible? Ruda losing out. Munoz takes the lead on the inside line now at 5 and 6. Ruda comes back through. Munoz really having to keep his eye on the prize and make sure he doesn't lose out to anything. And Munoz back to the outside and immediately down at turn 8. Ruda comes back. The 31 of Adrian Fernandez back in the mix, but he's just touched the green. So he'll get a track limits warning for that as well. Wait for that to flash up on the warning monitor. It's up here in the comms box, and you'll see it on screen as well. What a fascinating battle and a fascinating start to this race here, and the Moto3 Championship of 2025. Yellow flag out again. Who's this time? Oh, Caro's crashed. Number 10. Oh, and that bike was up in the air for a second. They're going to try and get it back out, but that's how it goes, Caro. Well, at least they're trying out there, which is one thing. Now riding again with Ruda and Munoz. Oh, hello. Munoz! Long lap penalty due to irresponsible riding. So David Munoz in second place. Let's head back to TNT. Again to Ruda, chopping him off.
Down into turn 3, but now he's going to have to go through the long lap loop. That's at turn 5 and 6. So irresponsible riding, and he's been given a long lap penalty already.
I feel like that's pretty light.
Here we go, down towards turn 4.
150 miles an hour.
Which is where the move
happened.
And he's going through. He's going to try and make the pass through turn 4. Here he goes.
That was a lovely move.
Great move. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's more like it.
There's a difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
If there's a bit of room and you can go through without actually having to run into your opponent, that's great.
So Rueda hangs on, but remember, Munoz is going to have to take that loop through which they've gone, and he's got 3 opportunities to do it before he gets another one.
Loops at 5 and 6.
Piqueras is having a good race, qualified. Where was he down in, Piqueras? Down in 15th place. He's worked his way up to 5th.
Another racer.
Said watch out for him.
Absolutely. My tip for the championship this year was Angel Piqueras, a rookie last year. I thought he was outstanding last year. Switched from the Leopard Honda onto the KTM.
There it is, the long lap.
I wonder I also wonder what Munoz thinks when he sees that. Because he must think, well, yeah, I didn't run into him. Like, maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know.
This is your top 9. Scott Ogden just at the back was losing touch briefly on the previous couple of laps, but he just tagged on once again. This is the part of the race where people are starting to feel it. Now, with Munoz, whatever's happened, he's just lost his focus for a moment, hasn't he? Maybe whether it's the lights on his dash, whether it's being shown the board. Just for a moment, he lost focus, but instantly on the brakes, closes the gap again to Rueda.
Munoz going to take that long lap penalty now. He hasn't got a choice. As Munoz is out! Munoz is out! Oh no! Well, he was going to take that long lap penalty anyway for causing that irresponsible ride with what happened earlier on in the race. I was want to look at Lanetta, but now he's out of it as well. Justice has been sort of served. He's crashed out and turned 3 of the race. Ruda now leads by 1.2 seconds on lap 13 of 19 with 7 to go here in Thailand. How many DNS we've had already? Caro, Yamanaka, Guido Pidi as well. Forasato, Perone, Barassi, Eddie O'Shea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 riders out. 19 left in the race so far. So I don't know where to go with this one, do we? It's an interesting race and an interesting battle. As we take a look into Moto3, and I've got my stat sheet open up here in the comms box as well. Breaking down already, the 71 on the inside line. Foggia getting ahead of Kelso with a little bit of a grunt in that last corner. Over the line we go. Ruda, Fernandez. Where has Alvaro Carpe come from? In the 83, out of nowhere. He was running 5th on Sector 2 last time around. Yeah, it's a 5th last time by. Wow. Battling at the front, Fernandez pushing Ruda, and he's going for it. That's going to leave the door wide open as Stefano Nepper gets ahead of the 83 and Caro as well. Piqueras coming into the mix now. So Caro's up to 2nd place. Ruda still leading this one. So it is, I believe, Red Bull KTM Ijo 1-2 at the moment, as they still battling for position further behind. Ruda's got this one. Fernandez into 2nd place. Carpe down to 3rd. Piqueras 4th. As they come through turns 7 and 8. The double into the right. Turn 8's the scariest one on the circuit, personally. Flat out right. Just throw the... Oh, and there's Ruda touching the blue. So Ruda going off the circuit a little bit. That is going to be it for... Oh, and yeah, Munoz. So that's going to be a warning coming through. 8 DNS as Munoz is also out. Wow. So 18 riders left in this race then. From the, what, 27 that started? It's a mad one as everyone dives up the inside line. At turn 12, the last corner on the track. They are nuts here. Absolutely nuts. 5 to go. Moto2 coming up later as well. As we see Fernandez on the inside, Piqueras down into 4th position. A few of them touching that blue line. If they do that continually, they'll get a penalty. Into the braking zone for the hairpin. Foggia's on the inside line. Dennis still looking strong. Trying to pick that bike up. Side by side with Piqueras, and Kelso's in there. Scott Ogden. What a race for Scott Ogden, can we point out. He is holding on to the back of this charge brilliantly. Well done, Scott. On the number 19, the 21-year-old from Doncaster. That's my local lad. I'm in Grimsby, so he's only around about half an hour away, is Doncaster. We've got more motorcycle riders here than anywhere else in the world, for British motorcycle riders. So again, they just turn on the inside a bit too much. On board with Alvaro Carpe now in 2nd position. He's holding off Adrian Fernandez, who I said to keep an eye out for. Fernandez pushing his way through this race. Mental race to start off the Moto3 season, says Sean. You are absolutely right there. As Piqueras going to get shuffled out now as a 3. Oh, big accident! Right in the last corner. Out of the race goes Kelso and Piqueras. They clip each other. And a huge accident in the last corner. That was a nasty one. That is going to, I hope not, cause problems with the leg there. Everyone's up and okay. Kelso especially got clipped and high-sided. That leg, whoa. Bertoletti up to 5th, Foggia down to 7th. Piqueras out of the race, Kelso out of the race. Rossi gets ahead then as our timing pictures up here in the box disappear briefly. Yeah, they're both okay. Ruda, so Piqueras and Kelso walking away. So, yeah, who hit who? That is... Well, it's Kelso hitting Piqueras, and then... Oh, and... Dennis Foggia is very lucky there because he got hit by Piqueras himself. Almost went over Incidents under investigation between Piqueras and Kelso, but wow, that was a huge accident. Right in the braking zone, it just clipped. And as Sean, you say, yeah, this race has become a race of survival. That was a bit, so that was Piqueras clipping Kelso and going down, and Piqueras nearly getting run over by Foggia head first. That was a nasty one. That was, we got very lucky there. If that was an accident that needed to be avoided, that was very, very, very lucky indeed. 4 to go. Ruda is now 5.4 seconds ahead to Stefano Nepa, Adrian Fernandez and Alvaro Carpe, who now have the top 4, followed by Scott Ogden as well. Ruda has done this one fantastically. The 19-year-old from Sevilla in Spain won Moto3 victory in 40 starts, came at Aragon last year. Can he get the opening of the season? As Piqueras has crashed so much, he hasn't actually yet been passed by Rossi or any of the others. So Kelso's officially retired. Piqueras is still running, actually. He's picked that 36 bike up and got going. Instant to be involved after the race for Piqueras and Kelso. Piqueras is back in this race, by the way, so if you're watching on TV and it says Piqueras crash, that is an incorrect graphic. He has resumed this race. Okay, yeah, Piqueras rejoined the race at 12:28 local time. It's now 12:31 over there in Thailand. 3 to go here in an amazing Moto3 race. It really has given us an interesting start to the season. Not a start that we were expecting to see, mind, but a brilliant one nonetheless. Ruda taking control of the racing strategy. Not what we expected, but a welcome one at that. Not got many miles left, and then he can relax and go again. It's that braking zone. It looks like Carpe going to try and get onto the podium ahead of Adrian Fernandez. See if they can zhuzh it up a bit more. Down the brakes. 2 to go. Now the race has calmed down out of absolutely nowhere. Oh, I think Scott Ogden went wide there. That's going to give an advantage to Matteo Bertoletti. As Fernandez side by side on the inside line at turn number 3. It'll go on the inside and gets ahead. Is Alvaro Carpe going to get through as well? Nepa is going to lose out here, but gets the cut back as a touch of the green for the 83. Carpe still on the inside line. Nepa's going to lose out to this one, unfortunately. Is that Piqueras or Buckingham who's crashed based on the timing screen? I saw in Buckingham and Kelso drop down the order together. They are both still circulating according to the sector times. I do see it though. Piqueras has dropped down to 15th, Nepa down to 3rd. So that has happened on the sector tracker we've got here, up here in the comms box. We can see the sector times, and we got the running order in each sector up in our second monitor to tell us if anything else changes. But I'll show you on the back camera. You can see that they are all still running together, as Adrian Cruz says, down to 15th place as well. So that's the order we see things, and it has changed a little bit. But everybody's still running in terms of sector time, including Cormac, who's in a 17th position. Last lap the call then of the Moto3 race, and Fernandez, Caro and Nepa battling over the line. Adrian Fernandez still in 2nd place. I said to watch out for him. Alvaro Carpe going to still be there. Matteo Bertoletti passes Scott Ogden. I knew Scott was in trouble. Down to turn 3. It's a super long run here. They're all going to try and push each other off the circuit. Last of the late breakers. Nepa's going to come up the inside. Nearly outbrakes himself. Fernandez has got control over that one. Carpe nearly going off the circuit in his first Moto3 start. The 83, once previous in the Solidarity Grand Prix last time out, His second start, first full season, and he's already up there in battling position. How about that? Ogden has been given a track limits warning from the stewards of Simon Crafar, who's going to be a very fair man to judge these things. We're in safe hands with Simon. And Fernandez, a little bit off the pace, surely not in turn 8. He's gone for the block, it hasn't worked out. Carpe's gone on the inside line and taken second position. Oh, what a brilliant showing. Oh, but he's touched on the blue line. He's gone on the blue line. That'll be a drop in position. So Fernandez goes through. Nepper's going to be there too, side by side. It's the last corner for Jose Antonio Ruda, who will take the checkered flag into the last corner. The 99 has got no problems in Thailand tonight. A wheelie across the line. Jose Antonio Ruda wins in Thailand, and it's a drag race to the line for second, as it is. It's Alvaro Carpe in second. Adrian Fernandez in third. Stefano Nepper is fourth, and fifth for Matteo Bertoletti. Oh, and out goes Scott Ogden at the last corner with Rossiter, who has crashed out. Oh. I think that's a separate incident for the both to go down. Yeah, Rossiter's crashed sector 3. Ogden's crashed sector 4. So 2 separate accidents on that last lap there. Which means that Cormac Buchanan gets a point. Wow, didn't see that one coming. Let's take a look. Ogden turns in. Oh, and gets clipped and off and tries to run with the bike. And that was with... Oh, hang on a minute. That is the 34 of Rossiter crashing down in the last corner. So where's Ogden crashed? Okay. In Simon Crafar we trust. Freddie Spencer, get out of here. Jose Antonio Ruda, a second victory. And he's got 99 problems, but winning A1 here in Thailand. Ruda on top. Well done. So that's the end of the race then here. All the riders who finished got points. The riders who are out of the points are in the DNF. How about that? Everybody gets a point who finishes here today. Not a bad race at all. Jose Antonio Ruda wins from Alvaro Carpe and Adrian Fernandez completing out the podium. Stefano Nepper is 4th from Matteo Bertoletti. Dennis Foggia in 6th. David Almanza is 7th. Ricardo Rossi 8th. Joel Espen 9th. Luca Lanetta in 10th. Then it's Rushley Moody in 11th. Angel Piqueras in 12th. Adrian Cruces is in 13th. Marcos Iotari is 14th. And Cormac Buchanan is 15th as well. Out of the race was Ogden, Rossiter, Calso, Munoz, Calo, Yamanaka, Pini, Forasato, Porone, Borassi, and Eddie O'Shea also retiring from the event. Top 15 get points, so that's your standings as well in the World Championship. Ruda will lead by 5 points to Carpe as well, which is a fantastic event as well. What a brilliant opportunity and a brilliant race we have had here today. Okay, that's us done then for Moto3 here on JB Motorsports. We'll be back for Moto2's action. You can join us for that. The link is already set up in the main chat. Moto2 coming up soon. And Moto3 is kicked off with Jose Antonio Ruda victorious. What a race. We'll see you for Moto2 shortly. Bye-bye.